What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Today's episode is my 5 rules to maintaining good credit. Starting off with number one, never miss a payment. It's simple, exactly how it sounds. Just never miss a payment. Understand that 35% of your credit report is payment history. So you don't even want to miss not even one of them motherfuckers. So simple, just don't miss any payments. Rule number two is make at least your minimum payment. So whatever that is, every month, it might be $25, whatever it is, make sure no matter how fucked up you is, make sure you pay your credit cards, because at the end of the day, you do not want to fuck up your credit in your relationship with these companies. So just try to pay your credit card minimum payment. If you can't bring it to at least underneath 30%, or paying it off for the before the statement date. Rule number three, keep your credit utilization underneath 30%. 30% is usually the max you want to usually have it at, to report it at a decent, fairly good credit score. So 30%, the best percentage is usually in between about 2 to 9%. The credit and companies do want you to use some credit, so they don't want you using no credit, so they are giving you this credit and these credit cards and these loans and stuff like that for you to use them. So they don't want you to use nothing. So having a zero balance isn't going to give you the best points. As far as you still get it still look good and all this type of stuff, but as far as point scales and stuff like that, what's going to maximize your points as far as your FICO score in between 2 to 9%. Some say magic number 7. Boom, we got those three. Never miss a payment, pay at least your minimum balance, and keep a max at least 30%, if you can. It is okay, let's say you just got a car, you just got a credit card, and you don't plan on using your credit for a couple of months, a year. It's okay to go a little bit above 30% and go take a trip or use your credit cards for other expenses and stuff like that. As long as you know how to manage your money and understand always to pay your minimum payments, and you eventually get that debt up off of there. But just know how to manage your debt. You feel me? You don't want to get into a position where you're swiping up all these credit cards and you don't have the money to pay that, because every month you will have to pay that, and interest as well. You feel me? So interest will start to occur. So you have to take that into mind, unless you have a credit card that has a 0 APR. So that's why you have to understand what type of credit cards you need within your life at that moment. Like you might need a hotel when you might be taking a lot of trips, so you need a travel type of card. You might want to take some investments or whatever the case is, so you want to have a 0 APR card. Whatever it is. Rule number 4 is pay at least 3 days before your statement due. Your statement is due. Therefore, why that is important? Because your statement day is when it reflects on your credit report. So when sometimes you notice that you probably paid your bill, you see that it didn't reflect, because there's a difference between your payment when your payment is due, and your statement date. So your payment is just when your payment is due. Your statement is actually when it reports to the actual credit bureau. So if you want it to reflect whatever credit utilization you want to have, if you want to have it paid off or have it at a certain price, you need to make sure that you have the payment at least 3 days before that statement is due, so that the payment is processed and the payment is already on the account before the statement date. You feel me? Or on the statement date. So that's why that's important, because if you're looking to go get a house or get a car, get a new credit card, you want to have the best, you want to have the highest scores possible. So you want to make sure that you're in your 700s, your 800s, whatever, when you're applying for these loans, so that you get the best, the best loans, the best interest, and as well APR. Rule number 5, my final one, is make it a habit to actually look at your credit. I think that's very important, because one, you just need to make credit a part of your life, so that you think about it like you think of your money. You understand the value of your credit like you do money. And 2, sometimes you'll have these companies, or something might hit your credit report from years ago and stuff like that. So you just always have to be aware of your credit, Always look at your credit at least like once a week. The best app that I will use is Experian. Download Experian, and then they have like a $19.99 a month where you can get one report from all three credit bureaus: TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. They'll give you the Experian one year round. I mean, all 30 days of the month, but they will only give you the TransUnion and Equifax once a month. So I think that's very beneficial to just understand always where your credit is, and understanding that, you have to understand all of them, because when you're applying for different credit cards and stuff like that, they pull different loans. So you have to understand which which credit bureau they're going to be looking for. So, one of your credit bureaus, not, your TransUnion might not be as good as your Experian, and they're pulling from your TransUnion. So you need to be aware that they're actually pulling from your TransUnion, and you not thinking that, every company is pulling from the same company, or credit bureau. But those are my 5 rules to maintain a good credit. Remember, credit can change your life. Credit can help you, become financially stable. It can bring you peace. It can be balance. It can bring you so much different type of leverages. I will also make another video on why credit is so important, and also a video on how to capitalize on credit and stuff like that. So continue to stay tuned. All that different type of shit. Like, subscribe, hit that bell button. Till my next episode. We gone. Peace, love, family.